Woo! There we go. It's Tuesday. We're after our team meeting. We are here. Going to do a little podcast kind of talk just to chat to everybody, get some more content out there. We've really been pushing social media, so you've probably seen lots of our posts before. Maybe even a couple quick little videos, but I don't know how well you've actually got to know us. Everybody, it's a highlight reel out there, and so we are trying to get out there and just get to know you a little better, allow you to get to know us a little better. So we're going to run down real quick. We're doing a fun little podcast now. We are calling it That Escalated Quickly. So again, we're just here to kind of meet us, get to know us a little better, hopefully get to meet you, get some likes, some comments. We'll do just a quick little rundown of who we are first, and then we don't want this to be too serious, so we're going to try and make it fun, have some funny stories, get into that. I'll start to my left, we'll go across the screen. So Alex, you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, so I'm Alex Ellis, obviously working with A Better Life Realty here, mostly just doing traditional sales transactions and investments, and I mostly go by buy or lift house.
Buy or lift house, yeah, you'll see that a lot. And then Alexandra.
Yes, I'm Alexandra Harwell. I've been with A Better Life Realty for just over a year. I specialize on selling side and higher ticket clients.
And what's up? I'm Bogan. I'm in the middle of this Alex sandwich here, and I have been an agent since 2015. Started out doing property management. Now I am the head of our buyers department, so work a lot with our buyers, work with a lot of our newer agents as well. Love the new buyers, love the first-time homeowners. Selling's also getting really big in our area. If you got it, now's a great time to sell it because you will make some pretty profits. But that's kind of the quick rundown on us. We want this to be a little bit more fun, so we kind of have, I don't know if we've quite named the subject or like the topic yet, but funny nightmare stories, nightmare clients. We're always out and about, always running into just weird, funky things, stuff. So I know we had open house this weekend. Run around the neighborhood. We always do door knockers. We like to get out in the neighborhood, meet the neighbors. We put out our signs. We like to shake some hands and get out there. I am intentionally very slow with my door knockers because I don't want you to think I'm stealing your stuff. And so I slowly walk up there. I don't knock normally. If you're home or I see you in the window maybe, but I put the little door knocker on and I walk away. Well, I had this guy, I got about halfway down his sidewalk back to the next neighbor, and I had this guy sprint out after me looking for his Amazon box. He was sure I stole it. I didn't, obviously, but just a little hi, hello, inviting you to the open house. We always like to ask, you have any good friends that might make a good neighbor, but he was really cool about it, but just weird stuff. I know, Alex, you had something kind of funny recently happen too.
Yeah, so during an open house that's Alexandra and I had, we're doing this for a friend realtor, and it was a really nice place. But it had a little carriage house apartment, and during the open house, we had set up some games, some scavenger hunts and things like that. And during the process, we had a couple that went to the carriage house, and we didn't realize, and they didn't realize, that the doorknob to the front door, if you pull on it from the inside, just comes right off. Mm-hmm. So for a little bit, they thought it was part of the whole survey scavenger hunt thing, and ended up basically turning that carriage house into an escape room. Since we were in the main house doing showings and helping other people,
we thought they had left because there's a back exit that way. So we thought they went over there and they decided to leave and they weren't going to come back and see us.
How long do you think they were in there?
About 20 minutes. Yeah, so they locked themselves out, and I just took a step outside just to see, maybe they're still in the mother-in-law suite.
Yeah, take a lap around the property, make sure everything's okay.
And to my surprise, they had opened up the window and pushed the screen out, and then were like, "Oh, hey, can you please open up this door?" So they were really, really shook and frightened. So, apologizing profusely, let them out. And then it was like, "Hey, we got some cold drinks in the fridge. If you're hot or exhausted, go ahead and hit that on your way through the house." And then they ran into Alexandra.
Yeah.
And so you're still working with them, right?
They ran out so fast.
They
It wasn't
didn't-
even funny. They wanted nothing to do with us. When they came back in, so.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Lesson learned on our part too.
Yeah.
Any horror stories for you this week or weekend yet?
Well, Alex had showed me like a investment property. About a
Those
week
are
or
always good
2
ones.
weeks ago, and it's not really my forte. Usually, I like to go in when they're pretty and staged, not overrun with black mold. Literally, like the smell just hit me in the face, and I had to go out back and dry heat because it was so bad. So, needless to say, I will leave that up to him.
Yep, the darkness and depths of depravity in any sort of place usually starts at home.
Yeah.
I remember walking the old rentals and investment properties that are just basically tear downs. See some fun stuff. I had a buddy that used to, his contractor, and was, worked for that kind of clientele, really did lots of like almost bulldoze, fix and flips, really running the line there. And he was working, carpenter, so he was running his saw. He was working in the house for about 3 hours or something, and all of a sudden from across the hall he just hears "Phoom." Something drops in one of the closets in one of the back rooms, and he goes, homeless guys hiding in the closet the whole time. You see the weirdest stuff.
Yep. There's quite an often issue with those kinds of properties and squatters. So it's sometimes a really fun one. Like there was one in Tampa that we had where a squatter said that we had leased to them, and when the sheriff was there with us, they told us that we had signed a lease with them and everything like that, but they had to move about 500 objects from in front of the door because they had broken the door down in order to get into the house, and then barricaded it up, and they're like, oh yeah, we signed a lease and stuff like that. I wonder when they're gonna fix it. It's like, well, I'm the property manager here. I've never seen it before in my life. Get out.
Get out.
What was that situation where the guy was like in the car on the property and wasn't supposed to be there?
With all the guns.
Oh yeah. No, that was in another property. That was a flip. We thought we had some people trespassing, and I called the cops on them. And then once again, it was in a little bit less of a good neighborhood, and sometimes people just idle in their cars in their backyard. I don't know why. They just like to hang out in their cars. Sometimes they'll do it in the front yard. Sometimes they'll do it on the street.
Do you do
They'll
it?
just kind of hang out there in their car.
I'm not a car hanger outer. I got in trouble last week for hopping out of the car too fast from my fiance because she's like, just wait, I don't even have my stuff yet. I'm like standing out front waiting, scrolling through the phone, making sure. Yeah, I'm not a waiter.
So when I called the cops on the bums that I thought were squatting in the shed, they showed up, the bums hopped the fence and ran away. But the person who was just idling in the car was barely onto our property line, so the cops just was like, hey, did you see anybody that was trespassing here? And then as they did that, they saw, about 15 different guns in the back seat and quite a few different pounds of different materials to get yourself high out of your freaking mind. And sure enough, we ended up doing a drug and gun bust on a multi-level felon for just hanging out in my backyard, or in my, I guess, client's backyard.
And that is why I call us transactional firefighters, because it's a lot more than just paperwork and showing houses.
Yep. Our symbol is a hammock because you're going to be sitting in the hammock and we're going to be going through all the mud and crap and horrible BS that typically happens.
Yes.
So that you're relaxing during the whole time.
That's the hope, but I know I'm sure not relaxing. Oh, God. But that's the plan. So with that in mind, I think we'll move a little bit more to business. So we're going to stay with Alex over here. Alex is our resident statistician. He keeps his eyes and his ears on the market. So what are we seeing this week? What are you feeling?
So,
what does the fortune teller say?
There's one thing that I'm mostly focused on for this week is the upcoming Federal Reserve interest rate changes. So right now we're obviously in an inflationary period with early June of 2022. Obviously we know prices are going insane. Housing, gas, food, electric, everybody's feeling the pressure with that. So what the Fed normally does with that is to raise interest rates. So what this does is allow a cool down so that the inflation, the devaluation of your money, starts to calm down. So what we're seeing here is with the Fed Reserve Watch Board is that they're looking at in June 15th-ish a 0.125% increase in their interest rate. So what does that mean? That means your buying power is going to get reduced by probably about 5% with this one. And then there's another one in June, which is in July, that is supposed to be even more aggressive. That's looking to take about 10 to 15 on top of that. So you're looking at within the next 2 months losing about 10 to 15% of your buying power. Now, if you're cash flush, that's fine. That means you have less competitors. If you're going to get a loan, that means you probably need to lock in your rate this week or at the very latest before mid-July, because that's when the rate hike will kill your ability to buy.
And so for those of us that are just absolutely terrible with math or don't want to pull out the calculator, let's say you're buying a $500,000 house 3 months from now.
Yep.
What do you afford? What's that look like?
So if you're buying a $500,000 house with this new rate increase, your buying budget just went down to about 500 minus 5%. So you're looking at about like 480-ish, and then the next increase will stack that up to the low 400s. So your ability to buy just got kneecapped by about 20%.
So even if you're making the exact same amount of money in the same job, more savings because you've been saving for another 6 months, you might lose $100,000 worth of buying power.
$100,000 worth of buying power, and
if you're in a $500,000 price range.
Yep, if you're in that price range, could be more if you're higher, could be less if you're lower. But at the same time, you're looking at paying more interest, so more of your money is going to the bank instead of to the value of your home.
And I know we kind of talked about this, you and I, earlier. Just over what the year has already done, we were looking at payments is kind of what we were talking about, but at the beginning of the year, you could afford about $850 and being around $3,500-ish. Now it's about $650, I think was the last, maybe $647 is what I saw.
Yeah.
So already in 6 months and 7 days, you've lost almost $200,000 on a $3,500 payment. So your payment won't change, but your spending power sure will. So,
yep. And this is going across the board. So if you're unable to buy or you're not wanting to buy right now, I would say sit on your money, try to make more money, try to hold on to it as much as possible, save it, because cash will be king when interest rates are high. It already is king normally, but it will increase in power as the value of your money goes up.
Mm-hmm. And so obviously we'll put the little asterisk, we are not financial advisor, lawyer, blah, 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 but you think house prices, with that in mind, should at least plateau out probably?
I think right now we're seeing a little bit of a wavering. You see some price decreases. You're seeing some people pull it off market altogether. You're seeing the iBuyers kind of slow down, and some of the companies that were really excited to buy somebody's house in order to sell them a house and things like that are starting to kind of be more conservative. So with that, I think it's going to get pretty shaky over the next couple of months, and I think the biggest beast here is the R word, recession. In my opinion, we're probably already in it. This is the second half of the year, and we announce numbers economically quarterly. So they should be announcing the second quarter results either this month or next month, and they will either announce a recession or they'll say, hey, we had slow growth, and then delay it on until about December, and then maybe revise back down. But everyone's hurting as far as their ability to buy and their ability to spend, their ability to do business. So everybody sees recession in the tea leaves. And what does that mean? It means that maybe some people are going to sell out of pressure, maybe some people are going to sell out of panic, and maybe some people are just not going to be able to afford the homes that they originally wanted to buy. So there's going to be a little bit of a rebalancing of that super, super seller strong market that we've seen over the last 2 years.
And so what do you say to the person who is out there preaching recession means crash?
So you have to look at
the
the fundamentals. That's the biggest thing. With this one, it's not as speculative as before. I think the thing to watch out for with the crash in any sort of recession is who has the homes. So in the 2008 crash, we had people buying houses way speculatively and getting loans and getting mortgages. And then one of my favorite parts is you could buy insurance off of somebody else's loan. So you could tell them a piece of crap loan that you know they couldn't pay for because the qualifications were nothing, and then you could buy insurance against it and get a payout if they're unable to. In this case, the biggest specter here is we have more investors than ever owning homes, and we have more private loans than ever. So if people default on their private loans for flips on a large scale because of these interest rates increasing, or if you have, for instance, one of those BlackRock types of people that you see a really big, bad boogeyman going over, if they just decide to dump a whole neighborhood that they own, suddenly prices will crash around there. So those are the 2 points of weakness, but we're not as speculative as we were in 08. So if it does stutter with that or with panic selling, we're probably going to be looking at a 5 to 10% moving up and down between people adjusting to the new circumstances.
Cool. Awesome. Well, if that was too much data, too much statistics for you, if you're starting to get tired,
yeah,
always late but worth the wait, Mr. Sean himself.
I'll have more info later.
This is the perfect time for you. We're going to switch it up.
Okay.
Can you give us a fun, funny nightmare story, nightmare client, something crazy that happened last week? Let's switch the pace.
Let's see here.
Anything wild? I know the most crazy thing wasn't real estate related that I've heard is the dog.
Yeah, recently my dog ate some plants and almost died. But
Some expensive plants.
Yeah, kind of a bummer for the plants. I went into a house last week with a buyer over in Seminole. We went and saw another house, but I was like, we gotta check out this dump next door. Like, we gotta see this.
It's one of those.
Yeah, it was like obvious. It was completely obvious. I walked into that.
The E key.
Yeah, but I almost I walked into it and I almost he's a jokester, so it was fine, but man, we might have gotten sick. Like, it was gross.
Wash your hands
a couple
times after.
Didn't even want to touch the sink. Like, it was like, nah. Listed for $260 too. Very impressive. Wow.
It's hard to find anything under 300. So what a deal.
Yeah. Stay away from that one for sure.
How much work do you think it needed?
Easily
Total tear down?
100. No, it could. It's a lot to build a new home nowadays, unfortunately. So probably about 100,000 could do it well.
Okay.
So if your budget's $350, go ahead and get a home improvement loan in order to buy that home.
Exactly.
Sean, the agent for you, would love to show you this beautiful home.
Jeez.
So
just
much
wear
potential.
some gloves and a mask.
Yeah. Hazmat suit. It'll be good.
Cool.
Definitely.
And give us just a little of your background. You kind of missed the intro section.
Oh, my bad. Yeah.
No, don't be. No.
I've been
perfect.
doing this since
You're bad.
2015. I've been involved with real estate. Kind of got in with A Better Life Realty. Wanted something smaller, something that I could. I don't know. I felt like something I could really jive with people in. Felt like my couple last brokerages were very. I don't know. I just felt like I couldn't talk to people as easily here. Here it's nice. It's very.
You're saying we're easy to talk to?
Yeah, something like that. I can take advantage of you guys and stuff. It's cool, so it's fun. But yeah.
Awesome. Well, we were about to move into. We were at statistics.
Okay.
Now we're looking for fun things to do in St. Pete. So I know you had a cool place you had checked out.
Yeah, so Paul's Landing, which is the outdoor bar at the Vinoy. Honestly, best views. You can see the marina. You can see the St. Pete skyline.
Do anything to edit this.
And he's
Great
gone.
service.
See ya. Hold on.
In and out.
Honestly though, I think it's better than the Canopy. I think it's better than Pure Tiki. It's really just a nice place to go and chill on the weekend or in the evenings. Highly recommend if you haven't been.
And you said it's at Vinoy?
Yeah.
An actual hotel?
Right, so you can go through the Vinoy. It's open to the public.
So no cover charge or anything?
No cover. And honestly, the people there, most of them are on vacation, but there's this nice buzz. They're happy to be there.
Mm-hmm. How could you not?
Exactly.
Right on the water and food as well, or just drinks? Or?
There's apps, yeah.
Okay. Anything you'd recommend?
Apps wise, not necessarily, but they have this like cucumber drink that's so refreshing. It's exactly what you need on a hot day. No?
Cucumber?
No.
No, thank you. I mean, different strokes for different folks, I guess.
Well,
but-
they have beers on tap too, so local beers.
I mean, I'll drink a little girly drink, but cucumber? Ugh. You need like some strawberry or like.
There's a blackberry one that's good too. Blackberry mint, super refreshing.
Okay. All right. Cool. Well, any kind of wrapping up. You know of any like events going on this week and anything we need to hit on before we deuce out for everybody?
As far as it goes, I'm drawing a blank, but I do have a little bit of a rant here.
I love rants. Alex rant.
So, why is it that like super disingenuous and
Sorry, just a little shuffle and scooching.
so why is it that like super like disingenuous and kind of slimy like salespeople always have the need to freaking shake your hand?
Did something
Like-
trigger this?
Yeah. So I was at something where somebody did this, and it was like I couldn't go more than 10 minutes without them trying to shake my freaking hand. I already know you.
Come on. dude.
Exactly. Yeah. I already know you. I don't even touch my family or friends that much. Like, why are you shaking my hand so much? Why are you trying to establish this credibility here? Like, I don't care. I don't want to touch your, masturbation mallet all the freaking time. Get your freaking hands away from it. Just stop it. Just stop it. I don't need to shake your hand that much. I don't like you that much. Please.
Oh God.
Don't touch my freaking hands.
Oh God.
Once is fine on an introduction. But if you do it every 10 minutes, I'm going to.
Sean, you missed the masturbation mallets.
Oh no! Dang, I've
Any-
only
any
heard about
rants?
this story.
Alex is really triggered by shaking hands at networking events.
Just over and over and over again with the same two people.
You wanna shake
three people,
hands?
With 4 people. Yeah.
It doesn't feel that
A
annoying.
little slimy.
It's like
Yeah,
every
that's
10
fine.
minutes with the same
But
small
outside.
handful of people.
Mm.
Like, oh, that's a good point,
Yeah.
buddy. I really like that point.
Yeah. Okay. I see. Wow, that was the lamest answer.
Yeah, I know, but
My
still.
bad.
You hid it behind the computer, so
What
it was
do you
okay.
think?
No one saw.
Let
I
me
mean,
think.
I know mine is when you say my name too many times. Isn't it? It's like a thing in the
Yeah, but
Carnegie
that's-
book to
Oh,
build
correct.
trust. You're supposed to say a name 3 times.
Then I'm doing that too much. I feel.
After the 3rd time, you can get away with 3
Okay.
if we're having like a full conversation.
Okay.
But when you preference everything, yes, but Bogan, I need you to
Yeah,
when
okay.
you say my name 100 times, it's just weird. I don't like it. It's weird.
Yeah, Bogan, it really drives me mad.
Alex,
I feel
why are you
like,
doing me like this?
I don't know. I get deterred too when I feel like people don't even remember your name. So I feel like that's I don't know.
Yeah, but
What's your
here's,
name?
no, here's what you do though.
Oh no, your last name. So I
Yes,
know
exactly.
I know your first name.
Yeah,
of course it's
exactly,
Sean.
Of course.
Yeah,
Duh.
that's good.
How do you spell it?
I need to utilize.
Can you spell it for me just so that it's right?
Can you put it all the info? Yeah.
I just chronically avoid the people that
Yeah.
forget their name. That's it.
What about when someone sends you a contact with the wrong name or the wrong spelling of the name? Alex just did this to me recently. He doesn't even know it yet,
nice.
actually.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but Plumber Sean, not spelled SEAN, like he would lead me to believe.
Yeah.
Nope.
And so, embarrassed me. He had to
Wow.
correct me. It was this whole thing.
Oh, yeah.
Now he doesn't even think you like him or know him.
Hate him.
When's the last time
He's
you
the
even
worst.
called old
What's his
Sean?
last name?
I don't call him. I talk to him on.
He's a
online.
swell lad.
I just wanted to make sure. I just
Yeah.
want to make sure he's a real.
I just talk
Shout
to him
out
online.
Sean Ladd,
Yeah.
Great plumber.
the plumbing bookkeeper.
Yeah, I have a hard time with names that have like 40 different spellings. So that's usually the case where I'll spell someone's name wrong. Is for instance if somebody's name was, well, for instance, Sean. There's SHAWN, there's SEAN, there's CEAN I've seen. It's like
Whoa.
just
Yeah. That was a
If
good
your
one.
name is spelled CEAN, we want to hear from you. Please comment below, like, subscribe. We are looking for scenes. I mean, Sean's.
But there's a couple of different ways, and then it gets even crazier with like the Braxtolin and the other
Yeah.
things that are
Yeah.
coming out more recently.
Yeah. I recently was given this person I just got under contract with, I've written a couple contracts for him so far, so it was really odd that the one that we got, he let me know that his last name was spelled wrong. And I was like, huh.
After it was all
Yeah,
accepted.
we've gone through probably about 15 offers, you know, so I was like, damn, am I an idiot? Or like,
Is this me or
I
is this
mean,
you?
like, did I not ask the right question? Did I, you know, like what? Great guy though, great guy.
I mean, at least he let you know.
Yeah. It was helpful.
Just like a day
Didn't
before
wait
the
until
closing
the end.
table.
Yeah.
He's like, hey,
That's
I don't
not
know
my
if you
name.
knew.
By the way.
We talked with him and he actually said that's not how his name is
Yeah.
spelled. So
Yeah.
we're gonna need an addendum.
Yep. Little known as.
AKA.
So yeah, that was interesting. But that, I mean, he let me know before the closing, so that was good. Resolved that pretty fast.
That's helpful.
So,
Alright, cool. Well, it sounds like any other thing we need to hit on real quick? Sounds like we're kind of wrapping up. I'm gonna switch it over. If you want to find us, ta-da! Here's our website. Here's our Instagram for the brokerage, phone number for the brokerage. We'll kind of go through and give you our stuff as well. If you wanna start, Alex. How can we get a hold of you?
So-
we want to get a hold of A Better Life.
Call or text, preferably text, 727-282-2204. Or hit me up online. I usually do Instagram the most. CA_Ellis. Real easy stuff.
Definitely text. He's not gonna pick up.
Yeah.
I have a voicemail saying.
it's a lot of spam calls nowadays. Not good.
We're very popular. Okay. Bogan. My Instagram is Bogan_buys_the_bay. If you just put in Bogan, BOGAN, there's not very many of us, so I'm pretty sure you'll find me. If you have an issue, also text me. I probably won't pick up your phone call either unless you leave me a voicemail, 813-516-5867. But it is in my hand, in my pocket, under my pillow. You'll get me if you text me. But
Yeah, for me it's just at Alexandra Harwell Realtor. And then, like they said, text me. Chances are I won't pick it up. 813-997-2720.
You can reach me 727-409-0994. Sean Waterman.
And
Native
that's
to the
spelled
area.
how?
SEAN. It's called Seen a lot as a kid. Instagram at Sean Waterman 727. And then I'm also on Facebook too, obviously. You can call me if you want. Unlike these guys, I will pick up.
It's because he's not that busy.
Okay.
got him.
Damn, I just got roasted.
Alright.
Yeah.
And then I guess one last little fun thing just to give you an excuse to reach out. What's your thing? If somebody wanted to reach out to you and talk to you about something. I've been bonsai crazy lately. If you got a tree, come to me.
Yeah, if you want to talk about the history of St. Pete with me, I'll go on for days, so just...
Too long. Be
yeah,
careful.
it's a scary thing, you know.
But you'll love it. If you want to learn about St. Pete,
I'm your guy. Let me know.
Is there like an interesting fact that?
yes, spit one right now. Give us your most interesting fact
Most interesting.
at this exact moment.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that we
Too
were
late.
the first plane flight across, Wright brothers.
He stole that from Kelly.
Yeah, I stole that from Kelly today. I don't know.
That
You'll
rascal.
figure out something. We used to have 3 piers. Which
Do
was
we
kinda
have
cool.
so much? There's a fountain of youth.
Oh yeah.
See if you can find it. It's out
Yeah,
there.
it's not there anymore.
Moved
You
it.
can't find it.
Yeah, you can't find it. I don't think it's moved. I don't think it was there for a while.
Go look at my Instagram. I'm gonna put that bitch today. Today, gonna be a selfie at the Fountain of Youth. But I'm not gonna drink it because it looks gross.
Better tag me.
I got you. What about you? Somebody want to reach out and contact you about something?
Yeah, I mean just places to go in St. Pete, whether to eat, to drink, like coffee shops. I'm usually out and about, so any recommendations too?
Catch Alexandra on these streets.
And then for me, it's, if you just want to have some silly jokes and fun times and I guess
Can
just
you
see some
talk
fun
about
memes.
Shit pours.
For instance,
You gotta
if
get to
you
his Instagram. see
want
that.
to have some rage and cringe, I'm usually posting that pretty often. For instance, shit pours. I was doing really, really bad pours of really, really nice and good beers.
Who
until-
inspired you to
This
do
is
that?
me picking.
It was just hello.
See? This is me
Yeah.
ignoring your call.
Okay.
Yeah. It was actually inspired originally from Alexandra. She posted a Mother's Day thing where I guess it's okay to do it with champagne, but
You're
with
supposed
beer
to.
Yeah,
it would
it's
be like
effervescent,
it would be
yeah.
like the worst
Yeah.
thing that you could possibly do.
Right.
And then I
Especially
I basically said-
$12 bottle of craft beer.
Yeah, exactly.
Waste
So
half of it.
I said, if you don't do it, then I will, and delivered it.
If that's one thing you know about Alex, he delivers. Not well, but he does it. All right.
Nonetheless.
Thank you guys. Hope this was fun. Catch us again next week. And reach out at the stuff below, above, beside, whichever direction it is. I don't know. Bye.